On this episode, I'm going to profile these wheels from scratch, starting from raw stock, roughing them out, and then cutting the final profile. And I'll break down my process for profiling these wheels step by step. Welcome to the Flange project, where I'm building a 3.5 inch gauge live steam locomotive to my own drawings. I start work over at the horizontal bandsaw, cutting some 80mm by 12mm steel flat bar. Once this is done, I'll mark the centre, scribing a couple of lines from corner to corner, which I'll use to align my centre hole. I drill a centre hole by starting with a spotting drill and then a couple of drill sizes up to 7.5mm. Then I ream the hole at 8mm using a machine reamer. The next step is to face the steel flat bar. For this I'm using the fly cutter, but it turns out the scale was quite hard on the high speed steel tool bit, so it may have been a better choice to go with the carbide base mill. Once both sides are faced, I need to make the plate roughly circular. To do this, I'm going to use this trick with the shaft, in this case the end of a drill bit, slid through the hole. This sits on the vice jaws, and I rotate the part between each cut, using the shaft to keep it on centre. This doesn't need to be perfect, just roughly circular, so it's easier to turn on the lathe. Once it's roughed out, I head over to the lathe. I've got a mandrel set up to take the centre of the shaft, and it fixes in with a small bolt. Once the blank is circular, I stop and check its diameter. I then use this to set the digital readout. Next up, let's have a look at the wheel profile. It's got quite a lot of shapes to be cut, but let's start from the beginning. I'm going to rough out the tread profile to be like this first, so just a small step, and then we can move through the other operations. Please note, if you're making your own wheels, there are regional variations of these wheels, so you need to make sure you get the profile dimensions for where you're going to run. The next step is to cut the radius between the tread and the flange. For this I'm going to use a form tool, which I've ground out of a piece of high-speed steel. Right, with that done, we need to cut an angle on the tread. For this wheel it's 2 degrees, because I'm going to rotate my top slide for this operation. The next step is the flange angle, which in this case is 15 degrees. So once again I'm going to rotate the top slide and make the cut using the radius as a reference. With that done, I need to look at the rear flange angle. This is cut at 5 degrees. So once again I turn the top slide to make the cut. Next up, the chamfer, which will be cut at 30 degrees. But before I get to that, I need to reset the top slide. Right, that's the wheel profile done. So now I'm going to move on to shaping the face. Now to get the curved shape, I could freehand it, but as I want the two to match, I thought I'd make up another form tool, once again by grinding a piece of high-speed steel. You need to be careful with these, as they will want to chatter. So keep the speed down, avoid full contact where possible, and use a bit of cutting oil. And while I'm at it, I'll add a small relief to finish the paint too. Then it's time for some finishing with some emery cloth and remove the sharp corners from the flange. With that done, it's time to remove it from the lathe. Now is a good time to mention I've been making up a pair at the same time, so between each operation I switch backwards and forwards between the parts. That's why the mandrel is so important, because I need to get the part back on centre between each operation, but by doing this, it makes the parts more accurate and a lot faster to make. The final step is to reduce the thickness of the centre. To do this I'm going to use the mill, direct clamping it to the table. With the machining done, I head over to the bench, where I use a right angle die grinder and sanding disc to polish up the centre. This is in a critical face, so it's purely for looks. And there we have it, the profiled wheel, next to the raw blank. As you can see, there's a lot of processes to complete these, and they look complex when they're complete, but if you make them step by step, then it's really relatively simple. The next step will be to cut the spokes, but we've run out of time today, so check out the next episode where I'll cut these. Thanks for watching, and if you've missed any episodes, check out my playlist, The Fell Engine Project, from the beginning. And of course, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with a friend. I look forward to seeing you for the next episode. Catch you next time.